Guys, it finally happened. I have COVID. The worst thing is, about 2 or 3 days ago, I said to my mum, I'm pretty sure I am invincible to this virus and I can't get it. Because I had it in my head that it's been 2 years now. Surely I would have had the virus by now. And a few days later, I'm eating my words. I think I just totally jinxed it. For those of you that are wondering, I'm pretty sure I didn't catch it while I was away. I'm about 95% sure I caught it here at home. The reason I say that is because my mum actually caught COVID while I was in Johannesburg. And she let me know while I was there, so when I came home I could keep my distance. Luckily my room is on the bottom floor and my mum's room is on the top floor, so she was isolating up there, and the closest I was ever getting to her was just dropping some food outside of her room and drinks and things she needed, but aside from that didn't get close to her at all. So basically my bedroom is like next to the garden, and she would come downstairs every now and again to have a cigarette. So she would pass my room, but every time she passed, I would stay away. Every time I would go out my room, I had a mask on. I was sanitizing like mad, but it just kind of proves that if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. And especially when you're within the same household as someone with COVID, the mask just doesn't really help and the sanitizing doesn't really help. I did say to her, I was like, you really shouldn't be coming down here, but she's a stubborn woman. So yeah, I'm now off work with COVID. I was supposed to be going to Seattle today, so unfortunately there'll be no vlog from Seattle. I didn't really have plans for Seattle anyway, so it's not really too big of an issue that I didn't vlog there. But instead we're going to be having a little COVID diaries, I think. I really don't sound very good, but I don't feel all too bad, if I'm honest with you. My symptoms are pretty much like a bit of a funny throat, quite a bad cold, a cough. I did have a fever yesterday, and that's how I kind of noticed things lingering. So I tested yesterday morning and it was negative. I tested yesterday evening and it was positive, quite a strong positive as well. I did do one probably around the afternoon time, and it was very faint, but I couldn't work it out, so I showered and then I did another one, and yeah, it was positive. So those were the 3 tests that you've seen there, were the ones I've done over the last about 12 hours, I would say. I just wanted to be 100% sure, because sometimes you can get a false positive, and obviously there are other viruses going around like colds and things. You can never be certain, really, I guess. So I wanted to do the tests, at least 3, to kind of say to myself, okay, yes, you definitely have COVID. So I rang into work this morning and let them know. I now have the next at least 5 days off work, and on day 5, if I test negative, then I can go back to work. So fingers crossed that is the case for me. I'm normally quite good with these things. I've got such a good immune system. I try and eat well when I'm ill. I take tablets. Got loads of fruit in my room. I'll show you that in a second. All the supplies I've got in here to keep me going. So yeah, hopefully that will all help me recover nice and quickly. On my bedside table, I've got loads of tissues. That is like my lifesaver at the moment. I literally have tissues shoved up my nose permanently just to stop my nose from, yeah, you know. I've got loads of tablets. I've got sanitizers everywhere. Bath and Body Works sanitizers are also my lifesaver right now. Some orange juice, get some vitamin C in me. I've also got my little setup over here. I've got a bowl, glass. I've got loads and loads of tea bags, English breakfast tea as well as green tea. Milk. This truffle kettle is also a lifesaver right now. Loads of biscuits. I mean, you've got to have some snacks to keep you going in isolation. Loads of fruit here. So I've got bananas, I've got satsumas, I've got grapes and strawberries in there. I do have some Coke, and I've also got some cinnamon squares as well. Aside from the snacky bits that I've got in here, I will also be eating dinner as well, but my sister's at uni at the moment. She's coming back over the next few days. I'm hoping if I stay out of the way of the rest of the house, I can kind of contain COVID as much as I can in here. I'm also going to stay out of Vic's way as well, because I did see Vic yesterday after I tested negative thinking, yeah, I'm fine, and then he was with me when I tested positive. So as soon as I knew, I was like, okay, mask on. I know the damage is probably already done, But he's going to be testing daily just to see how things go and keeping an eye on his symptoms. But fingers crossed I haven't given it to him as well, because that's the trouble with these lateral flow tests. I don't understand how 1 minute it can be negative, another minute it can be positive, and yeah, you just kind of feel guilty because you were given this idea that you don't have the virus, and then next minute you do. I'm taking loads of advice from you guys that have messaged me on Instagram to say just rest. That's what you need to do, is rest. Don't overexert yourself because you'll get long COVID if you do that, and I do not want long COVID. I hear really bad things about that, and I do not want to be tired for the next 6 months of my life, even more tired than I get when I'm working. It's now day 2 of my isolation. I'm kind of going to keep track of the days that I am in my room just to kind of see how I progress, and also listen to the sound of my voice, whether it gets any better or any worse. And I think today it's worse. But I don't actually feel too bad. I literally just feel like I have a cold. And I do have like a slight amount of dizziness, like when I get up too quick or I turn my head too quick. I think that's just literally from sitting in bed all day and all night, but I did struggle to go to sleep as well, purely because of this. Because of her. I thought she was trying to be cute, but she literally just wanted to sit in the centre of my bed, so I was trying to wrap my legs around her. She was getting annoying, so I let her out, and then she decided to start scratching at my door early hours of this morning. So, yeah, top-notch night's sleep, which was definitely not what I needed. But I'm just going to go about my day. Potentially, I might play some Sims. That always makes my life just zoom by, which is what I need right now. And, yeah, I'll probably let you know how I feel tomorrow. Oh, come on. Let it be negative. Please. Please, please, please. Thank you. This is my progression of tests so far. We're getting there. Definitely. COVID could definitely not keep me away from flying for too long. It tried, but it failed. I genuinely thought I was never going to get COVID, but here we are. Yeah, it was an eventful week. I say eventful, it wasn't really eventful. It was eventful in the fact that I got COVID, but it was very uneventful because I tried to do as little as possible just to rest and not have COVID affect me in the long run. So basically, yeah, I decided to have a well-needed week rest, which I think in general I really needed. I've been so busy the whole pandemic with work, like literally I've been back, forth, working off. I just never really had time for myself, so it was quite nice in that sense. It was one of those I had to put my health above work, which we all have to do every now and again. But yeah, literally a day or two, I think, after I showed you my last sort of COVID test updates, I tested negative, like that, literally. It was just so sudden, but the relief I felt was incredible, and it was great to be able to call up work and just say, get me back in the sky. So here we are. I managed to get better and cured just in time for my 4-day Chicago, which I am here right now. I'm very glad to be here actually, because I really thought I wouldn't be. I really did. And yeah, I'm very glad to be. Let's just say that. But I'm literally just going to go to bed now because I'm exhausted. The flight was busy, not too busy, but I think because I'd literally just done a week of nothing, and then going from doing nothing to this is very extreme. So my body has seen 2 extremes in a very short space of time, and it's a lot to handle. So I think I just need to have a good, solid 10 hours rest, I think. Very specific, but I think that's what I need. And I'll be ready to enjoy a 4-day Chicago, which I don't get very often. Oh my god. Do I treat myself to a McDonald's breakfast? I treated myself to McDonald's.
Okay, so today's rundown. I'm currently in Target because I need to get stuff. I always do. This is what I've got. Some bits for Vic, and also underneath there is a Chick-fil-A sauce that I have been meaning to get for the longest time. Look at the size of that. Basically, I found out a couple of days ago that there is a Primark here. And I know you're thinking, you're so sad for wanting to go to Primark when you can just go to Primark at home. I used to not be into Primark, but recently they've stepped up their game and I want to go. And it's literally just down the road, so I'm going to do that in a second. I do basically have a reason to be in here. In fact, a couple, which I haven't filled you guys in on yet. But basically, I have a lot of things booked for the next year. Number one, I have a wedding to go to, which is my dad's. And I've got a dress, that's all sorted. I just need accessories, and I feel like Primark is a good place to come for accessories. So it's like shoes, bag, I'm thinking all of that matching. So I'm gonna go upstairs in a bit and have a look at that. Two, I have Manchester booked for August again, so that's exciting. And three, I have booked a holiday. Me and my family have basically booked to go to Lanzarote a year tomorrow, which is really, really exciting. So I've got to start thinking ahead for my holiday because it's been a long time since I've had one, and I really want to enjoy every second and like really plan my outfits and just make a real effort because yeah, it's going to be very, very enjoyable, relaxing and exciting. We haven't got flights booked yet because obviously it's really far in advance, but as soon as they come out, I'm hoping to fly with my airline because that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? I won't lie, I was a little disappointed with that Primark. Like, I get it's like a newer store to the US, I guess, but the stock wasn't great. I didn't actually end up buying anything, but maybe that is a good thing because I don't have a crazy amount of room in my case. I just bought these allergy relief tablets because I'm dying of hay fever, and am I supposed to be suspicious of the fact that they're bright pink? My legs were absolutely killing me, so I had to stop just for a second, just to take my allergy tablet, but we'll see if that is a suspicious tablet because it says it's supposed to cause drowsiness, but I really can't be any more drowsy than I am normally. But yeah, I think I'm just going to take a stroll back down Michigan Avenue. They stop us in shops like I usually do. Maybe Zara, places like that. I need to get some more Olaplex as well. It's kind of a day of things that I need to do, but I can take my time doing it because I have all day, literally. I turned the aircon on, but it's not great when you're on film. That's better. I was just looking at my bank statements, just dwelling on how much I have just spent. Like when you're tapping your card away in the US, you think, oh yeah, like from the US dollar to the pound, it'd be like 3/4, maybe even close to half. That was like 10 years ago, and I need to get my head out of that mindset because it's not like that anymore. It's like so almost like for like these days. It's ridiculous. So I have just spent close to $100, but there is some good things in here that I'm very glad I got hold of because let me just say for starters, if you have a Bath and Body Works near you and you're in the US, get yourself down there because the sales in this shop right now are immense. I've never seen anything like it. I did buy like birthday presents. I bought some Father's Day bits while I was out, bits I needed, so I'll show you the bits I can show you. Other things I won't because they're presents. Well, I got my antihistamines as you saw, and I think they're working. I want to give them a bit more time, but yeah, let's hope they sort all of that out because yeah, I have every single one of those symptoms right now. And I know it's not COVID anymore, it's definitely hay fever. I've really got it bad this year. I don't know about you guys. Olaplex, because I was running out, like dangerously low levels of Olaplex in my bathroom when I last washed my hair. So I needed to get some of that. Chick-fil-A sauce. I got Vic these goldfish snacks he asked for. He's seen them and wants to try them. And what's the perk of having a flight attendant fiance? I also got him some Tender Bites because he's also suffering with COVID at the moment. And I just want to get some bits to see if we can actually bring his taste back, because yeah, he may or may not have lost his taste and smell. And I didn't, and I feel really guilty because I am the one who gave it to him. I will just clarify though that I didn't see him while I had COVID. I saw him just before I found out, so he caught it then when it was obviously most contagious, so it was kind of inevitable that he was going to get it. But bless him, he's suffering at home right now with it. I got a bag for my Father's Day present for my dad. I got him a card too. I also got this NYX, however you say it. I normally say NYX, which seems to be an unpopular opinion. But I got this liquid lipstick, which I've tried other shades of this, and this formula is amazing for work. I apply it once and it will last a whole flight, and I'm not even joking, without any application whatsoever. But this is the shade, hold on, where is it? I think that's the shade just there. Moving on to Bath and Body, let me just reiterate, amazing sales. I got 4 items for $15, which normally you get 1 item for $15. So I got some more hand soap. I got Japanese Cherry Blossom, which is a scent I know and love because my current one is almost out. I got this miniature Fresh Getaway body spray because I need a new one for my liquids bag, and these ones last quite a while, so I do trust these ones. I then got a new shower gel for my shower at home. All of this was like 75% off, I think, so literally a couple of dollars for each of these. When you look at it, all of that isn't really a lot for $100, but obviously I haven't shown you the other few bits that I did get, which kind of add to it, obviously. But it's the tax. The tax is the issue, and it always has been over here when it comes to shopping. You see on the tag one price, and then you take it to the till and they quote you another. You think it's wrong, but no, it's just the tax being added on. And it's even more annoying that it varies per state. Like some states are better than others. I just don't understand it, and will never understand why they just don't add the tax to the price. I think I probably overdid it just now with my walk. The reason I had to keep stopping while I was out was because my legs, my lower legs, felt like they were pulsating, which is not a nice feeling. I felt like I was going to give way every now and again, like I would just fall to the floor. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever had that feeling before. I don't think it helped the fact that I was wearing flip-flops, but I just threw them on with the intent to just have a quick wander and just do exactly what I needed to do rather than dawdle, but I ended up dawdling. So kind of did it to myself, but yeah, I didn't really prepare that well for the walk that I did. But I think it's also the aftermath of COVID, like sitting down in my bed for a week straight and then doing this. It's a little bit extreme. Yeah, bad idea. Right, plan for the rest of my day here in Chicago. So 4 p.m. I am meeting downstairs with my crew to go grab a drink and also get some food. We're going to have an early dinner, and I think we've decided on pizza, like a proper Chicago deep dish pizza, which I've not had here before. I've had like Chicago town pizzas, like frozen pizzas from Asda, but that's as far as it's ever got in terms of Chicago pizzas. So it'll be nice to actually have a Chicago pizza here in Chicago. I think it's Giordano's pizza restaurant, I think. I don't know. But I think that's where we're going to go to, but go somewhere else beforehand to grab a drink, which is very crew fashion to do. But I think I might change and put something else on, maybe put some makeup on, but I'm going to give myself another hour or so maybe to just like do nothing because I need to. I'm gonna have to leave the aircon on while I talk because I just can't. The walk to the restaurant we decided to go to, I thought was like 10 minutes away and it was more like 30. And I decided it would be a great idea to wear brand new sandals, and they absolutely butchered my feet. So not only are my legs like jelly still, my feet are too, so that's great. But I had a really good meal. I had a deep dish pizza. I had a just plain cheese with tomato, of course, just like a margarita, and it was very good. I'll pop a little picture just here of my little pizza. It was quite small considering the price. It was like, I think $12 for that pizza, and the next size up was like 20, and I have to say that size did me absolutely perfectly. I did decide to get a side of chips just to munch on, and they're really, really good chips. I'm not really normally into the like wedgie style chips, potato wedge style chips, but these ones are beautiful. They're really crispy. So I'm gonna have those, I think, in the morning, like the early hours of the morning when I wake up and I just want to eat something like that. That was the idea I had in mind. I do really hope I get a better night's sleep than I did last night. I pretty much was out like a light as soon as I touched the pillow, and then at 3 a.m. there was like a really loud bang outside my window, and it sounded like gunshots, and I was like, is this going to be my first experience in America being quite close to something like that? And then it happened again and again. I think it was about 3 times it happened, and it clicked what it was, and it was thunder. It was so loud. It might even have been lightning as well, because it just sounded like a real big crash. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like, to be fair, like metal crashing. It was scary, especially when you're in like a daze of like a really deep sleep. So I hope that doesn't happen again tonight, because obviously with it being hot outside, the chances of having a storm is high. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Also, I need to put my phone on mute, which I'm going to do now, because again this morning my mum decided to stand outside the front door and water the plants for about an hour, and the Ring doorbell was just constantly going off, so that was not fun either. So I'm going to do that now so I don't forget. As much as the Ring doorbell was a great investment, at the same time it can be really annoying. Do you know what? I'm just going to put my phone on to vibrate instead, because who needs an alarm when you're this tired and you don't have to be up?
You guys know that I thought about this combination way too much when I was ordering these chips. To be honest, I thought my pizza was quite small, but when I was eating it, because it's so thick, it was so filling. So I only had a couple of chips, but in my mind I was like, they're going to be such a good combination with Chick-fil-A sauce, so I'm going to eat those right now and enjoy every second.
I think I made a poor decision with my dress today. Not good. This bar right here is the bar that we went to last night. It's called Whispers. Had a really nice raspberry daiquiri. Couldn't think of the word then. It was lovely. But it's such a better temperature today. I think it's about 25 today, and it was 10 degrees warmer yesterday. So it's quite a nice temperature to walk in this morning. It wasn't actually, I think, the second time I've been to this beach, and yesterday was the first time. I've never been to it. I don't know why I never went to it, but it's quite a nice little cute beach to have a nice morning walk. But that breeze is actually delightful. And I still regret wearing this skirt because it keeps blowing up and showing my pants. Sorry if you can't hear me, but I'm currently trying to look for shells. My mum's really big on collecting shells from different beaches she goes to. She's got a big collection going. but I'm just seeing stones at the moment because I think we're not really going to have that much luck collecting shells, because this is a lake, not an actual ocean. So I don't know if that makes a difference. It probably does. Probably makes sense as to why I haven't found one yet, but I might just take a nice little rock home for her from Chicago Beach. Don't really do well in the heat. I think I do, but then when I actually come to be in heat, I just hate it. I don't like humid heat, like city heat, which is what this is. So I'm just waiting for the shops to open now so I can go in some air-conned environment. How sad is that? After I got my juice, which was very, very good. To me, it tasted like a frozen strawberry acai refresher from Starbucks, which was perfect for this weather. I was contemplating between a Jamba Juice or Starbucks, and I'm glad I made the decision I did. I think it was a strawberry surf something. So if you go there, strawberry surf something. But after that, I ended up just walking like halfway up Michigan Avenue and then coming back, because I wanted to go to a few more shops that I didn't go to yesterday, just to have a little mooch around for Vic's birthday. So I picked up a few things and then literally came back. I did pop into the Water Tower shopping mall again. I'm still looking for these blimmin' shoes for my dad's wedding. I just cannot find the right ones, and I thought I might find something like that here, but I just haven't. So yeah, I've given up, and I came back to my room basically, and I'm being lazy. I've got about 5 hours until I need to start getting ready. I've got an alarm set, so if I do happen to fall asleep, then I am going to be able to wake up in time. But I was like, do I go back out and continue to like enjoy the nice weather? But now I'm here. I knew this would happen. I knew that I wouldn't want to go back out, but I feel like I'm going to have to get some food at some point, but I'm just not very hungry. I think those chips filled me up because I ate quite a lot of them. But yeah, I don't know what I fancy either. I'm in a very I don't know what to do mood. I am very indecisive right now, and I don't like that. This is the face of someone who has decided what they want to eat. So I remembered that Whole Foods had a hot food stand, and I was really craving a macaroni cheese. So that's exactly what I got. So I've got one of these bowls. These are like $20 or something like that, which is quite pricey, but I was really fancying a mac and cheese. So I got mac and cheese, some chicken tenders, just 2 of those, and like a weird salad. So I've got like grapes in there and some lettuce, cucumber, celery, just some like really random salad bits. So that's that, and I got a little dessert as well. So I heard loads of people talking about Stan's Donuts, saying that I should really try one when I come here. And I walked past it and I thought, you know what, let's just go and grab one for my dessert. So I ended up getting a chocolate dipped one. So I'm going to try that in a bit for you guys, and we'll see what the verdict is, because there's been massive hype over this, so I hope it's worth it. I remember saying to you guys in my roster review when I announced this trip that I was very likely going to bring someone with me, which I definitely would have done if I didn't have COVID the week before. Like I said at the start, I was very unsure whether I was even going to be on this trip. So I think found out like 2 days before that the trip was going to go ahead for me. So it just wasn't enough time to plan, prep, buy the tickets, sort everything out. Yeah, it just was not enough time, so unfortunately that's why I didn't bring anyone. And to be honest, I think the people I wanted to bring were working anyway. I really wanted to bring Vic. It was either Vic or my sister. You all know that Vic has COVID, so he wouldn't have been able to come anyway. And yeah, my sister's working over the like hot weather. She works at a pub, so yeah, she's very much needed there. So that's why they didn't come, and I'm really gutted. I would love to have brought someone on this trip. It would have been great fun, especially with the weather. But it just didn't work out, and it never seems to work out for me. Every time I want to bring someone on a trip with me, it just doesn't seem to work out, aside from the Maldives with my mum. But that was a lot of planning in the works for that trip.
Since COVID, every single time I eat, I get really tickly throat. I think my throat's just really sensitive after it, maybe, and just like eating makes it tickly and makes me cough, which looks suspicious, but yeah, I'm definitely negative now. I'm gonna try Mustang's donut. Give this a go. It's quite a chunky donut. I'm not really like a big donut person. If I have a choice between like a range of types of dessert, like brownies, cookie, donut, I'm not going for a donut. But I am looking forward to trying this one. I think it's just like a ring donut that's just been dunked in chocolate, which is definitely my kind of thing. The inside is like a cake. It's so good. I really like that. I would definitely get one again.
Well, for the first time since being cabin crew, I think I have achieved not being able to close my suitcase, because this I'll let you know when I get home how it goes.